Hello, Sunnyside. What a blessing it is to be here today. The good Lord certainly knows how to get our attention, and he really does have it. Believe you me. There are a few things I'd like to share with you. There are some things that I'd like you to know. First of all, I'm going to thank Mr. Washington for sharing this information with me. LA County Department of Arts and Culture has any number of internships available to college students for the summer. Now again, you must be a college student. I'm going to give you the site that you can go to make some inquiries. Now understand that as I'm giving different announcements, everything is not for you. It may be for you to pass on and to share with someone else. So again, these are summer internships at $15 an hour for college students. You can go online to www.lacountyarts.org/opportunities/ it continues, arts-internship-program-students/ then it's going to repeat a bit, arts-internship-program-students-2021-internships. Please check that out. It might just be what you're looking for. And again, don't hesitate to pass that information on to a college student. At one time, Staples, and I believe it was Office Depot, were volunteering to laminate your cards as you receive your vaccinations. It has been suggested that you not follow through on that. Do not get those cards laminated. What do these people have in common? Now listen to these names, and I want you to think as I'm going to give them to you. Stacey Abrams, John Ossoff, Raphael Warnock, Renee Montgomery, Park Cannon. What do they have in common? Well, first of all, they're in the Atlanta, Georgia area. They are activists in Atlanta. They're involved in social justice and ending voter suppression. Georgia is really trying to take the place of Alabama, the Alabama of the 60s, that is. It has become the suppression battlefield, but it's not just limited to Georgia. There are other states involved as well. Back in the 60s, you had the Children's March. You had children arrested as the churches were bombed, okay? Children were killed. The dogs were used on protesters and demonstrators. Fire hoses was used, okay? And then those who took part in the demonstrations were trampled on that bridge in Selma. In Atlanta, maybe not as crucial as all of that, but again, now the state has changed from red to blue. Talk to your children about that. What does that really mean? There's been some discussion about erasing voter names from the rolls. There have been repressive new laws coming into place, again, keeping you from voting. There was one of the Congress people there who was arrested for raising questions about these repressive laws. And there's a law in effect now that ends summer voting. The concern is that our neighborhood was really getting people to register to vote after Sunday services. So again, just be aware of what's happening historically. Our history has a way of kind of going in circles, and I will be telling you even more about this voter suppression. Caregiver services. I just became aware of a place where you can go and get some information. It's called alzheimersla.org. The information is really not just limited to those who are suffering from Alzheimer's, okay, or dementia. The number is 844-435-7259. It tends to offer classes, workshops, activities, support groups, and a number of these services are offered virtually. As I was listening to the front page, someone called in and asked, what is the role of the Black church in notifying parents and notifying members when you're aware that members are suffering perhaps from dementia or Alzheimer's? And it made me realize that as a family member, it really is your responsibility to check with your family. You may not be in the same state, but again, keep in touch with your relatives. Keep in touch with your family, okay? Again, don't just rely on the church, but again, you become more actively involved in your family members, especially as they become older. And again, let their church know that you're concerned as well. Do know that I found some things out recently. My grandfather had already told me that at one time it was necessary for them to pay poll taxes in order to register to vote. My grandmother also told me that they often had to take a test in order to register to vote. I just found out, however, that in 1948 in Virginia, not only were those other two things applicable, but you also had to have 3 white people to vouch for you in order for you to register to vote. My goodness. So just be aware of the changes that we as a people have had to go through. Do know that there's a trial that's going on. It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And this is a trial of Derek Chauvin. That is who is on trial. Do know it is not the trial of George Floyd. He is not on trial. Okay? So just be aware of that. Don't get it twisted. That is a trial of Derek Chauvin. Please watch your news and don't try and look at the whole thing. It's going to be on for a while. It has been on for a while, and it's winding down. Okay? But again, just be aware of this historical thing that is taking place. As I mentioned, voter suppression. These things seem to be taking place across any number of states in the Union. That's why it's important for the passage of For the People Act. Now that act would be a federal law, and it would virtually eliminate some of the voter suppression bills that are being enacted in anywhere from 29 to 40 different states at this time. Amy Klobuchar's bill, I think it's called H.R. 1, would also do away with voter suppression. If we could also get that Voting Rights Act reinstated, that would be good, along with the John Lewis Voter Empowerment Act. Any number of these federal laws would put an end to what's happening on the state level. The John Lewis Voting Rights Act would modernize voter registration, and it would include automatic voter registration and online voter registration as well. It would improve access to ballot boxes, especially for the disabled, those who deal with disabilities, and for the aged. It would expand early voting and mail voting. It would prohibit, make illegal, that is, some of the tactics that went into place this last election, where some people were called and said and were told, well, if you don't feel like going to vote today, just do it tomorrow. That would be illegal, especially when you know that tomorrow is definitely too late. The John Lewis Voting Empowerment Act would also restore federal voting rights to those who were formerly incarcerated individuals and who have really served their time. So just be aware of the things that are on the line at this time. The PRO Act, that is protecting the right to organize Act. Okay? It actually protects working people's rights. At this time, there are any number of high-profile corporations that are openly trying to union bust, and there are no consequences as a result of that. There are some anti-worker lawmakers. They've passed some very divisive, racist right-to-work laws, and again, any number of states. So, if at all possible, if the PRO Act becomes law, then that would bring an end to that. The president has already said that if it becomes law, if it comes across his desk, he's really willing to sign it. And Senate Majority Leader Schumer has said if he can get at least 50 senators to co-sponsor it, he'll make sure that it comes up for a vote. Just do know that you have power in your hands. Your senators are Dianne Feinstein. Give her a call. Give her a call. She'd love to hear from you. Her number is 202-224-3841. Your other senators, each state has 2 senators. The other senator is Alex Padilla. His number, I assume this is his number because it was Kamala Harris's number. The number is 202-224-3553. Again, you cast your vote. They speak for you. Let them hear from you. Are you a city of LA resident and perhaps you're behind in your rent? Well, there is a rental assistance program that is available that you may want to take advantage of, especially if you became behind in your rent as a result of COVID-19. Apply by April the 30th. That date is quickly approaching. Apply at hcidla.lacity.org. No caps at all. That is hcidla.lacity.org. You can apply 24/7. Or you can call 833-373-0587. Again, you can apply Monday through Friday, from Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The applications can be filed by either the tenants or the landlords. And by applying, you may qualify for 80% of your rent being paid from, it extends from April 1st, 2020 through March the 31st, 2021. Just check it out. I realize February is past, March is past, but again, we're Black the entire year. Little bit of Black history. Do know that Kim Janey, that is Kim Janey, is now the acting mayor of Boston, Massachusetts, that is. Kim was one who was bused as she was going through school. Now she is the first black, she is the first female to be the mayor or the acting mayor of Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, way to go, Kim. Another bit of history. Dr. Gladys West, okay? Do you make use of GPS technology? Okay. Dr. Gladys West, okay, is one who is responsible for that technology. So thank you. All right. Black history, it's an ongoing thing. And again, things we're constantly being made aware of. There is an effect, or there's an effort at this point to diversify jobs, okay? So at the federal level, if you have ever thought about becoming an agent of the FBI, all right, one of the requirements is, however, that you have a 4-year degree, that you're between the ages of 23 and 36. The cutoff age is 37, because if you stay with them at least 20 years, you can retire. But if you're interested in working with the FBI, go to fbijobs.gov. That is fbijobs.gov. Again, this may not be for you, but it might be for somebody else. So pass the word along. United Airlines is seeking to hire and train those persons who are interested in becoming a pilot. So that means you don't need to know how to fly a plane, but they're willing to train you. So look into that. They're looking to train pilots up to 30 years old. So if you're younger than 30, inquire into that. And along with that, you will get financial assistance through Chase Bank. And after completing this course through United Airlines, you are guaranteed a job. Okay? That might be something worth checking into. I'm sure you've heard by now that there are any number of federal payments that have gone on through the economic impact payments that have gone on. One was for $1,400. I think one was for $600. And then there's a third one that's come up. If you have not received yours, what you can do is go online, check it out, look up, Get My Payment. Again, Get My Payment. Check it out. Ask some questions. And another way to check that out is, as you fill out your 2020 taxes, you can file for a credit on your returns. Okay? So look for IRS notice 1444 or 1444B. All right? But again, go online to Get My Payment. Okay? Your money might be there, and it just needs a little nudge. I'm getting ready to kind of close down here. There are some things that you still do need, I feel you need to know anyway. If you're it's time for you to have some difficult discussions with your family members. Okay? You need to know, is there a will? Has a will been made out? Is there a family trust? Are there medical directives? If you become disabled, who will make decisions or who will speak for you? Where are those valuable papers? Do handle your business. Handle your business. Has more than one person's name been placed on important accounts? Have changes occurred since you filled some of those papers out? Again, think about it. Don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. Actually act on it. And I'm speaking to myself as I speak to you as well. So just be conscious of that. We really do need to take care of business. In terms of the shots that are available, do know that as of April 15th, if you are 16 years and older, you are now eligible to receive those shots. Okay? So if you'd like to make a call, call the county call center at 833-540-0473. Okay? Call. Schedule your appointments. Schedule your appointments. And if you have received your shot, do know that you really are not considered fully immunized. You're not considered fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after your second shot of Pfizer or Moderna. Or if you did get that Johnson & Johnson shot, 2 weeks afterwards. So again, continue to wear your mask, social distance, give yourself some room, give yourself some space. Okay? Again, do what is in your very best interest. Keep your distance from people. Okay? If you've had those shots, then it is safe for you to, I'll say, socialize with others who you know have had those shots as well. Okay? But in the meantime, do stay home. And while home, if the Lord puts it on your heart to call and check on someone and offer some assistance to them, please do not hesitate to follow through and do just that. God bless you.